Hi, I'm Jen Bankard here with BTN TV, and I am here with Pat McDonagh of Clarity. He is the CEO. Pat, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Jen.
Thanks for being here. So I've been asking pretty much everyone this question. Why was it important for you and Clarity to have a presence here at the Business Travel Show Europe this year?
Yeah, so I think we've always thought it important, but I actually feel this year it's more important than ever, actually. Really just to show people, look, we're still here. As an industry, we're still here. We're incredibly relevant. I think the timing couldn't be better, actually, in terms of that return to travel. Everybody's ready to start talking again. And it's a great opportunity, really, for us to display what we're doing, talk to potential new clients. I enjoy actually getting around the rest of the show and seeing some of the other things, and so I'm looking forward to doing that later today as well.
Absolutely. Well, like you said, this is a great time to sort of show off what you're doing, and I know Clarity's been really making some investments in a number of things over the past year and a half or so, and I know one of your top areas of focus, and it's also a top area of focus for many of your customers, is sustainability.
Yeah.
So can you talk to me about some of your specific sustainability initiatives and how it really differentiates Clarity from your competitors?
So I think it starts with putting people in the picture. And I think you can put people in the picture in a number of ways. So number one is obviously reporting. We like that, but it's kind of after the event. The things we're doing with reporting are great. So we're not just looking at CO2, we're looking at CO2e. So that's all the greenhouse gases, and we can report on that right down to individual, department, budget, you name the criteria, we can report on it. And we can actually create dashboards for our customers so they can track their progress there. A lot of customers are actually working up from zero, so they're going, look, the last 18 months in a way, environmentally, has been fantastic. How do we actually, set a carbon budget moving forward? And what practical things can we do to dissuade that consumption of CO2? So that's when it gets practical and it goes back to the booking process. So we've done some great things, like we've integrated European rail, for example, and you can see in Europe there's also that trend towards preferring rail. National carriers, for example, are being having routes taken away, or being prevented from running certain routes in favour of rail. That means you've got to serve that up to the customer in an online environment. But on top of it, you've got to be able to compare those modes of travel as well. So the booker and the traveller can actually say, look, this is the choice I'm making. How does that stack up, and what does it mean for me from a CO2 perspective, alongside everything else they do? Where we want to get to, and we're working hard on that, is a better measure of CO2. So that comes down to who's the carrier, how well loaded is that aircraft typically, what's the aircraft we're using, is the airport we're flying in or out of congested, and therefore actually we could be circling. All of those factors are going to increase or decrease your CO2 usage. So we want people to be able to make those choices moving forward as well. But it's moved right up the corporate agenda. Customers who were talking about being neutral by 2030 are now talking about 2025, for example.
Sure. So 2 follow-up questions to that. So you talked about, we want to make it better. So what are some of those specific actions you're taking? Are they conversations with other partners within the ecosystem? Are they conversations with your customers? What are the specific steps you're taking to make it better so that your customers can make those great choices?
Yeah, so there's several things. Access to the technology to provide a better measure is a big thing. So we're reviewing the market at the moment, looking at those opportunities. We can integrate anything from a data perspective. It's just making sure that that's the best possible source of that data. From a customer perspective, there's an education process. Sometimes that's them educating us, because some of our big corporate clients are well along the road on this journey, so we work with them on that. And obviously it goes beyond purely offsetting. We want to talk to them about making better choices, about things being bigger than just about the environment. It's about sustainable sourcing. It's about using local produce. There's loads of different things we can look at from a hotel perspective in particular, but then also walking the walk ourselves. So we're currently working on our carbon reduction plan ourselves. There's a lot of good stuff we've done already. So things like, enhancing and revising things like the printing estate, a big consumer of carbon within an office, looking at the fleet. Lots of different things we can do, because I think we have to do that too if we're going to be serious about talking to customers about this.
Fantastic. Well, it's amazing how the time does fly. So just final question, if people want to find you to talk more about what you're bringing to the market in terms of sustainability initiatives, where can they find you?
Come and see us at the Clarity stand. We're here all day on tomorrow, and more than happy to take your questions.
All right, fantastic. Thanks so much, Pat. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you.